are here live with Coach Lew at Accelerate Life University, your #1 source for self-education success. XLR8life.com. Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve with no further ado? Here's Coach Lew. Here's Coach Lew.
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning and welcome back to Breakthrough with Coach Lew. It is Monday morning. It's the end of September. You know what's right around the corner, guys? Is Q4. Yes, Q4 is right around the corner. Talk about rhymes and riddles for the morning. But seriously, we are in the last section of the year. Right here on Breakthrough with Lew, ready to rock, guys. And what are we going to do with the last quarter of our year? And you might be going, well, I'm not sure. Probably the same thing I did in the first 3 quarters. Now, if you've been with me all through the month of September, I'm going to imagine and hallucinate that you've made some changes this month. It was all about that maybe you didn't fully own before. And you might be going, well, what does this owning your future even mean, Coach? I do own my future, don't I? I always love that. I do this, don't I? People look at me and give me that same and they kind of sit back and up. And you go, interesting. You know, I want to take a moment again to welcome you in this morning to Breakthrough with Coach Lew. And here we are. I'm going to ask that question. We're going into Q4. What are you going to do with the rest of this year? Interesting concept. Well, let's talk about this. Over the past month, what have we learned? Okay, week 1 in September, we learned about owning your decisions. Okay, when you make a decision, people, that's pretty cool. Okay, now the deal is whether you make that decision and whether it's the best one or not, you'll find out as you go. The thing is, like the story I taught in that segment, and if you didn't see it, there's links in the post to go see it, about the general. Nobody had made a decision for 5 years. Absolutely nothing. Process. The general makes the decision and they get going. Now, whether it was the right decision, the best decision, maybe needs some tweaking, some this, that, you'll never know. Make a decision and start taking that action. Okay, that's a 2-part process there. You can't just make a decision and then sit there and go, okay. You got to take action. And you can't make random action without a decision to go along with it to make sure that you are actually functioning and flowing. And guys, I'm watching all our chats, so any questions you have coming in, send them on in to us, and I'll be happy to answer them. So make some decisions. That was week 1, is own those decisions too. And own the decisions you've made. Decisions in life. You can't sit there and go, it was my mom's fault, my dad's fault, the economy, the president, this and that. No, you make a decision, own it. Okay? Right, wrong, or indifferent. The only way you can lose when you make a decision to take action is not to learn from it. If you do the same thing over and over again and it's not working, I've heard that called insanity, and I think I've got to agree with that. But if you make a decision and it doesn't work out quite the way you thought, but you learn from it of either how to do it better next time or not to do it next time, that's gold. That's it called education, safe self-education. Okay, week 2, we went into owning your health. We learned about H1. Without health, you can't have the energy and the ability to tackle anything in life that you're going after at the best level. You can't be the best business person if you're talking lover, husband, wife, etc. if you're tired all the time, or you don't feel well, or you always have a problem. Okay, that's not cool. So tackle that. Sarah, if you've been with me all month. On week 3, we talked about finances. Okay. So we discovered that, of course, money isn't everything, but the lack of money tends to be more the root of more evils. When there's lack and despair, there's crime, there's lying, people's morals go out the window to just survive. That is not an environment of growth, right? And we talked about some things to get your finances going last week. Now, with that said, I'm not a financial advisor, but I gave you some cool tips, some basics. It's not that difficult. You don't have to study every metric of every company. If you see a company coming up that's meeting a need and they're stable in that, you might want to buy some of that stock. Okay, if you're talking putting your entire portfolio in it, you may want to really do more research. And really get the, point of it is really getting going and really getting a plan in effect and then taking consistent action. That's what builds wealth. Okay? But the not bad, it's not good, it's nothing other than an amplifier. If you are a nasty person, you're going to be nastier rich. If you are a kind giving person, you are going to be kinder and givinger, and more giving. With if you are somebody who is innovative, When you get more money, you're going to be more innovative because you can have access to more tools. If you're fearful when you don't have money, hell, you're going to be more fearful when you have money. Okay? Wow. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so on that note, go make some money, guys. But then I'm about ready to yell at my software here as I see. Hopefully you guys aren't getting any digital blurt this morning, as we seem to be struggling. So we're going to be speaking with tech support on our streaming service very soon because I pay a lot of money on the side of finances to bring you good quality streaming. And it better be really good quality for what I pay, or else they're going to fix it. Okay? It's your future. And you know, some people say the future's really bleak. The United States is going away. This is happening. We're losing all our rights. The only way that happens is if you allow it, guys. So let's, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole today. Do not ever give up your freedoms. This is going to be a little side note right here. I don't care what side spectrum. You're Americans first. Band together. We got some differences. You know what? There's a lot of things you may do or believe that I don't necessarily believe, or vice versa, but you know what? I support your right to believe it and voice it, no matter if it matches mine or not. When we do that, we protect all this. So let's get our futures instead of throwing it to the wind and going, oh, there's not going to be a future anyway. Okay? The good things go in a way that you or I may not want? Sure. Can we resist against that? Can we do things? Yes. But the point is, maybe if we all really took control of ourselves and took control of not hating your neighbor because of, and vice versa, and going Americans first, we are our country, we build our country, the politicians work for us. And that's a real problem in this day and age, is it's not you and I, or you, they're your enemy. It's factions that get very wealthy when you're enemies that want you to be enemies. Oh, yeah, well, that's kind of true. I don't hate them. No, you don't. Come on. All right, well, let's get on to owning our future. Okay, besides implementing the trainings from the past couple of weeks, what you need to do is have a plan and a strong why, and then take the action. It's just that simple, okay? It's easy to conform to what's expected. By this administration, that administration. Bullshit. Okay? The truth is, the expectation that you have for yourself is what really counts. You know what that is? That is one word. It comes down to standards. Standards. Your standards, not somebody else. Big secret of the month. Your standards are what give you control of the future. Okay, high standards always trump education, inequality, opportunity, and so forth. High standards will wipe excuses why you can't have, can't be, can't do because of X. No, your standards are what are going to hold you back or allow you to make your life a reality that you want. Standards equal reality. Your standards will equal your reality all the time. You might talk yourself out of that. You might say differently, but when it comes right down to it, low standards give you a low return in life, and high standards equal outstanding job situation with low standards. They're never really, even though sometimes it seems like they some butt to get ahead, and you're going, I've got all these standards, and this person's some butt to get ahead. That only lasts so long. Your high standards will get you to where you want to go. Take that as God that got dumped into me to deliver to you. Get those standards up there. Now, in no means is this to go, I just have high standards for everything. In no means does this mean that it's not work, that you won't run smack dab into challenges. And I get really excited about this because it's the truth. When you up your standards, you up your game, you up your outcomes, you up your impact. If you walk around, what you're going to get. Guess what? This morning, okay, and it's just funny how these things just appear out of nowhere somehow. I don't know, I think they come from God. I don't know how you call your creator. You know, you might call him a different name. You might call it the universe, this, to that. However you term your higher power. This morning, I get out of the cold plunge, feeling pretty good. And I like to go walk by the lake in the back, okay? Yeah, it's called grounding, barefoot. And it does. It's simply science on that. It's the negative ions. It's beautiful. So I get out there and I notice the sunrise. I'm like, wow, this is gorgeous, gorgeous fall sunrise. And I immediately go to, and for those of you that are listening and not watching, I'm walking, looking towards the ground. And people say, well, that might be smart to kind of watch where you're walking. Yeah, I think that would be the excuse I would at the ground when there's this beautiful sunrise and this beautiful lake and everything else going on around me. Wait. That's a standard I'm going to get. I'm looking at the ground. I picked my head up, I looked at that beautiful sunrise, and I stuck my chest out, took a couple deep breaths, and I'm cold getting out of that cold plunge. I can't kind of wait till I'm thinking, I got the shower running inside. I'm ready to go warm. But I looked around and I'm like, how many people are looking at the ground, folks? Looking at the ground and wondering why. And down, you're looking at the downside of life. Downside! What a revelation! Simply going from here to here. Went from, I'm cold, and that was a good cold plunge. It really is, when you think about it. And this is woo-woo shit, okay? I'm not all about the kumbaya. Ooh, it's gonna be okay. Okay, sometimes it's cool to go, ooh, it's gonna be okay, and dance with your friends and talk and laugh. That's all cool. But we can't just kumbaya and go, it's just all okay, without going, I gotta set a standard up here. Oh, how fitting is this to the story? The sun, the break in the sky is coming up from here. Maybe my standard should be to look up here, not down. What a difference. All right, I'm done with my little evangelistic little deal here for you guys. How about we shift gears and get into some scientific 5-step process. Let's go keep the standard up though. All right, so we got into that kind of revival of your spirit. Did you kind of feel like you were walking in the grass with me this morning and notice the difference between looking at the ground and looking up and seeing the true beauty? I mean, the green grass is great, okay? It's beautiful, but it isn't the whole picture. So take those standards, raise them up, and you will see how much more you see, how much more you pay attention to, how many more opportunities are you missing when you're looking down at the ground. Okay? So, all right, this is a 5-step process, guys. Number 1, decide your standard. It's a big one. It's an important one. You never heard it before from me. Well, maybe you have. What is most important to me in blank? Okay, it could be life, business, relationship. And remember, you can use this for more than one area of your life. Just saying. So, number one, write it down. Decide your stand. And ask that question. And ask that question from the heart. Ask that question from the brain. And ask it several times. What is most important to me in? Number two, ask yourself an honest question, a really honest question. You got to be bloody honest with yourself. What kind of that standard? Okay? What do you mean? Well, in the morning and I want to start my day with energy and I want to sleep till noon. That person probably is not the same person you want to be. Well, if I could get up at 8 o'clock. What if you got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, but you got up because you want to get up? What if you trained your body? What kind of person do you need to become? Lou, I am totally on board with you. The 6 o'clock in the morning stuff does not work. I am a musician and I work nights. And I don't get on 4 hours sleep. I'm going to burn myself ragged. Okay, adjust your schedule accordingly. Okay, I'm not dumb enough to believe that we're all androgynous. Get up at 6 a.m., be in bed at 9:30, quarter to 10. That seems to work for a lot of people. Some people get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They love it. I love it if I could get to bed early enough to do that. That's a beautiful stuff up here, to be creative, to have that space and quiet. So adjust those kind of things to you. But my point to this is what kind of person do you need to become to very fit and healthy? Well, I can't be the type of person that eats a lot of junk food and exercises once a week and watches a lot of TV and all that. That's not the standard for that person. And hey, guess what? That's a thing called modeling. You look at the people that already have what you want and you say, what do they do? What do they do? You want to be like Jesus? What would Jesus do? You want to be like Tony Robbins? What would Tony do? You want to be like Kareem Jabbar basketball? What would he do to play like that? Okay, you want to be a basketball player like that, dude? You're not going to do it by sitting there watching the game going, he shouldn't have shot from that angle. Okay, let's see you get out there and do any better. You see where I'm going with this, right? I'm being playful this morning. I'm in a really good mood, but I want to drive this home. This is the last show of the month. We're going into quarter 4, and I want you to put this stuff to use for your fourth quarter so you can come out of that fourth quarter and tell me, dang, coach, I did better in the fourth quarter of 2023 than I did all year long. Deal? You want to play on that one? You want to shake on that? You want to high-five me on that one? I'd like to. I'd love to see that for you. See, you winning doesn't mean I'm losing. You winning means I win better because my goal is to see you win. Wow, it's called win-win. And then when you win, your family wins, your community wins, your country wins, your world wins. See, that's the difference. Too many people are damn losers these days. And I'm not saying that you're going, ooh, you're being judgmental. No, they're losing out on their opportunity to win. They're focusing on, let's fight on Facebook. They're focusing on how there's only one way or the other, and if you don't do it my way, you're wrong. Okay? I think we all know which party I lean towards. But hey, guys, if you're, on my party that I lean towards, some of us need to back down a little bit and stop with the you are 100% wrong and I'm 100% right as well, because your other side of everything tends to do that. Did you ever notice, you say to yourself, if these people would just give an inch, we'd probably be okay. Maybe we all need to give an inch and we'd all be a little more okay. Okay? We all, there's major things going on in the world. I'd be sticking my head in the sand to go, kumbaya, there's nothing wrong with our government, or there's nothing wrong with what's going on in the world. There's nothing wrong with, sure, there's plenty you can see going wrong. But there's plenty of there's plenty of attempts at doing some good stuff too. Some people are actually trying to do some good stuff. The problem is it's like one side or the other. It's like, we got to go all electric. Okay, that's about as crazy as you can think, because it wouldn't really work. But we do need to pay a little attention to the earth, because we have kicked the living shit out of our planet over the past several hundred years. So do we need to be a little better? Yeah. But I don't know if electric cars for everybody with acid batteries. Okay. I mean, some electric cars is okay. Just like some gas and some diesel. But we pay so much attention on that, yet you see the guy going to your neighbor's yard and spraying it with chemicals. We're not doing anything about that. The chemicals that are being added to your foods, and the handling of foods and things being done and shot with chemicals and lit on fire for flash fire, because you might get a little bit of a bug from the soil, and putting a chemical on your food instead. Oh, we're not looking at that. See, that's hurting the earth. I am not about destroy the earth. I'd love to keep the earth. I'd love to make it better. But we're kind of going really stupid radical. See, and that's the point. If we'd all get together and go, okay, yeah, you're right. How can we do this in an overall that it doesn't turn everything upside down and make everybody enemies? Okay, so enough on that rant. But my whole point to it is next, what do you got to do to become that person? Number 3. How about the example I just gave? Well, I believe this, you believe this. How do I become a better person and understand where you're coming from without giving up my standard? Well, I could try to understand and work something out that, we get a common goal with each other without ruining each other's standards. Oh. No, seriously, how do you become that kind of person? Well, if you want to become the kind of person that gets a jump on your day, you become the kind of person who gets out of bed earlier. You want to become somebody who's fit, feels good, doesn't ache all the time. Now, I'm not talking about a little muscle soreness here. You have to work out. You want to become the kind of person that when you walk in a room, that people look and go, wow, they look really good. Don't stick that donut down your throat. Okay? It doesn't, in no judgment, but, you're shoveling donuts and coffee and everything else down your throat, and you wonder why you can't become that person you want to be that somebody would look at and go, wow. Okay? What about your car? Somebody ever pull up and you're excited to meet with them on a business deal or something, and their car is just trashed inside? Or when you're dating, you want to go on a date and you meet somebody and their car's dirty and it smells and it's like, ooh, more red flag. You want to be a more attractive person. You want to show up more organized. Clean up your car. And I'm guilty of this one too. I get it nice and clean, and then I'm not that kind of person. I am not the kind of person that's car is all slobbed out all the time. Okay? So bear with me a second here, guys. Yeah, we're good. So become that kind of person. What do you have to do? Clean my car. Get up a little earlier. Actually go do a workout. Okay, going and sitting in the gym and DMing and scrolling through Instagram and looking at people that you go, that's sexy. And then you look at yourself and go, ugh, I wouldn't wear a bathing suit if you paid me. Well, then get that body. Doesn't mean you go, oh, I'm going to see this on Instagram. I'm going to post pictures and Photoshop them so I look like that. Get up, get off the bench there and go do your workout. What does it take? This is question number 3. What do I have to do to become this kind of person? Well, you know what? There's role models everywhere of how to do this stuff. You can see it all over the place. There's people already doing it. There's not much you could want to do that hasn't been done. Well, you can get a coach. And maybe even more of an important question, number 4, okay? Number 3 is, what do I have to do to become that kind of person? Number 4 is, what do I have to cut off from? What do I have to say no to? What associations do I need to leave behind? Okay? You can't become a more mentally stable, focused person and still go out partying all weekend, every weekend. You can't depend on a glass of wine to wind down on every single night because you can't wind down without it and think you're mentally stable. Okay? Doesn't mean that I'm Mr. Anti, oh my God, don't ever have a glass of wine. Now, if you have a situation where you can't have it because, then don't say, Coach told me I can have a glass of wine and I just ruined 8 years of sobriety or something. But I'm just saying, never, do something. But that shouldn't be the norm if you're trying to get a great life ahead of you. You don't work Monday to Friday to go blow half your paycheck in the bar. Oh my God, my roofer friends are the worst about that. Roofers and iron workers have always been the worst. And that's not prejudice. But over the years, I've had friends that were roofers and friends that were iron workers. Really cool people. Really hard freaking working. Always broke because Friday night would hit and they're like, come on out with us. We're going to rip it up. A few times of that. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to rip it up that bad. But the point that there was, what do you got to cut off from? Well, I want to learn a new skill. I have no time. Okay, but you come home and you play video games for 2 hours every night? Nothing wrong with playing a video game once in a while. It's actually good for your cognition. But you can't learn a new skill for work or to open a business because you ain't got time, but you're playing video games 2 hours a day. Do you realize how much education you can get in 2 hours a day? Especially with the fact you can do it just like this. Oh, you don't have to go sit in school anymore. You don't have to wait 6 months to get a degree to put something useful, or a year or 6 years, depending on what you're in. You don't have to wait like that, like you used to get educated and put useful stuff to use. Right away, here, now, boom. Oh my God, am I behind this morning? I saw the clock. Don't watch the clock, folks. Number 5, make your map, your massive action plan. Take action when? Now. The minute you make a plan to do something, you take step 1 here, now, today. And you might go, Coach, it's Sunday afternoon and the place I need to contact is closed and I can't do anything till Monday. Well, you can put it on your calendar to call the gym or call this person Monday morning first thing. And then you could even outline, well, what would be my conversation with this person? You can do that right now. Even if you can't have the conversation right now, and in 90% of the cases, you can have the conversation 24 hours a day. Email, DM, this, that, the other. Okay? So the formula I gave you guys works in all areas of life. And go back, listen to it, do it in every aspect. It's not a one-time Charlie thing. It can work for everything. So our big secret of the month, once again, was standards. Build into having these standards. Okay? And you might say, Coach, this sounds so easy for you because you've been doing this, but I'm new to this. Okay? First off, let me clarify. I never said this would be easy. It's worth it. All right? The good news is, well, there's 2 good newses. I don't know if there's newses as a word, but it is now. I've created a new word right here. It's newses. It's multiple good news. I kind of like that word. Good newses. All right. So the thing you can do is you can always get some coaching with me, one-on-one, to fast track you, and I'll keep you accountable. We can do this. Okay. It's worth whatever it costs you. It's not a cost when you win from it. The other good news is after a long wait, drum roll here, Coach Lew Inner Circle has been launched. We call it Click. Get in the Click. Coach Lew Inner Circle. CLIC. Okay. I'm big on catchy things. To welcome you to the family and give you a taste of what to expect, I'm inviting the first 100 people to a complimentary seat in October, because that's the size I have available. Now, it's a live virtual event with live Q&A, and it's a meeting. We meet. It's Zoom. We're going to meet on Zoom, okay? Not me just talking at you, but, we're going to interact, okay? So get signed up on the posts from today. And I know that if you love Breakthrough with Lew, you're going to love Click, because it's going to be, you're here. You're like in the room with me. We're all together. We are growing. And honestly, there's more to Click than just that monthly meeting. Okay, and don't get afraid. It's not going to be something super expensive if you decide to continue on. It's like pennies. But that's the way I want it. I want it available to folks that need it, not just to somebody who's going to, not to the person that doesn't, not that somebody who's doing well doesn't need it, but the person who's kind of struggling to make some transitions really needs this too. So I never price anything out of the game. But listen, with Click, you get a monthly live meeting, get book review each month of some of the greatest minds that bring you the best book I can think of that I've read or am reading. I'll be reading along with you, for business, health, relationship, and more, because I'm not God of everything, okay? I'm not your guru of everything. There are people that are real specialists in their areas, which I've learned from, who are medical doctors and have devised amazing things. Well, I'm not a medical doctor. Psychologists, people that, are really top of the game in getting results. So why not bring that out, discuss it, learn from them, learn together, and grow together? And then each month I also release 3 to 4 trainings, which are kind of similar to what we do on the show here, because I give you some training. However, they're going to be more in depth. They're going to be real good trainings where we go into it and do examples and that, where it's classes, okay, on success in all areas of your life. It's just that simple. I would love to have you on Click this month, guys. I want to see you on there. Sign up for your free seat. Get on with me. Get a taste of what it's all about, okay? Life isn't easy. Life is worth it, okay? You only get one of them. Don't wait. If you think there's something you've wanted to do and there's something burning that you are designed for and made for, and there's better for you, better for your family, better for your world, better for your community, jump in and do it. Don't wait and someday look back and say, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's Coach Lew, inviting you to live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams, guys. I look forward to seeing you on the next roundabout, and get signed up for that free Click. I would love to see y'all on. Have a great day, guys. Be blessed.
Ready to take it to the next level? Next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lew himself. As Coach Lew always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.
Quick behind the scenes, guys. Got a question for you. When challenges come up in life, do you cower down and freak out? Or do you step up and go after them? That is the difference that your standards are going to make. Just as a little side note. Once again, it's been a pleasure. Live with faith. Live your dreams.